Yeah.
So it's good, y'all. We got Adira here.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I am here. So my name is Adira Gray. I am a professional transformation life coach. I help people bring out the best versions of themselves. That is so important to me. I love seeing people grow. I'm also a full-time student. I major in psychology, minor in media and technology. I'm currently writing a book. And
Well,
yeah.
what's that book about?
Okay, so the book is actually called Why Me, Why Not Me? And so I want to make it known that even though we go through a lot of struggles and a lot of things in our lives and everything like that, we tend to be like, why is this happening to me? Why? But then again, we got to go back and be like, why not me? God has placed all the tools in me in order for me to grow and be exactly who He called me to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in the midst of our struggles, we have to realize that it is okay that we're going to go through some things because God is trying to teach you something. He's trying to teach you a lesson. But if you don't learn the lesson the first time, it's going to happen again. And so it's about, making sure that we use our tools instead of going back and thinking about the negative things like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Why are we doing this? Why? But really ask yourself, why? Why not? You know, getting a
Exactly.
different perspective of life than the negative.
Because then you think about all the positive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to think about the negative at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because then like that'll cloud your mind.
Yeah.
But you think about what you do have instead of what you don't for real. Like it's a whole different perspective.
Yeah, definitely. And it's very important. It is so important that we, as people, gain a different perspective of life. Because if you change your mindset, then life will be better. Either way, you're going to go through life. You're going to go through those 4 years, 5 years, and maybe in the same lesson that God is trying to teach you. But if you change the way you think about it, it goes by a little bit more easier because you're not sitting here being negative about the situation. Because there's a scripture that talks about how he who has whatever he says. And so it's about like when you are speaking, you want to speak life and use your tongue for life. You know what I mean? If you speak death over everything, then yes, everything is going to be negative and it's going to be bad. And so I truly believe that 100%. So that's why I talk to people a lot and say, look, you can't speak negative about yourself. Like if you say I'm ugly, then yes, you're ugly. If you say I'm not smart, then yes, you're not smart. But if you use words as yes, I am intelligent. I am
Intelligent.
intelligent. I am smart. I am this. I am that. In the most positive light, then you become those things.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't think that you're becoming those things, you are. And it's not lying to yourself. It's simply giving yourself a different perspective, and you become that thing. So
Some of the real stuff you could say for real. Like it's not even Sunday. You out here doing
right,
it.
right.
But
Yeah.
what do you feel like? What do you made you get that mindset and like?
I think a lot of it has to do with, my foundation is God. A lot of people know that. Like, so having God, but also having a family. My mother is probably one of the number one people in my life. She's my coach. I coach everybody else. She's my coach. So she pours back into me.
Mm-hmm.
But to constantly realize that we cannot dwell on things that we cannot control. And the shift in our mindset completely changes the narrative for your life. You know, so for so long, she's always instilled that into me as well, but also reading it in scripture. When scripture is talking about that, it's like the tongue is powerful. Why does the scripture talks about that? The tongue is powerful because you have what you say, and it says that in scripture. You see what I'm saying? So why not take that, add into your life as a tool to navigate through the issues, the traumas, the everything? Because either way, you're gonna go through something,
Yeah.
but it's about the perspective. And so I definitely do instill that into so many people who do come across, just like my lifestyle, like my life right now. I got in a car accident. At first, we're human, so we're going to go through our, oh my goodness, right? But you can't sit there. You can't sit there. So getting in that car accident, like, look, I don't know what you're doing, God, but I know it's something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know that there's a reason why this is happening to me. And to look at my life now, 4 weeks later, be like, oh, I'm so glad that I had that perspective. I'm so glad I had faith that God Because he says that I'm never going to leave you or forsake you. So why would he leave me now? You know what I mean? Like, why would he leave me now? It's going to work out for me. Rather, whatever's happening, it's going to work out.
And like that negative mindset, that's just like a victim mindset. Like
Exactly.
it's a victim. Like, oh yeah, why this happened to me? Like just like the car accident, you like, oh my god, why does this always happen to me?
Yeah.
Like it's just all victim mindsets.
Yeah.
But when you have a mindset, we take accountability. It's a whole different mindset.
Yeah. It
Whole
definitely
different.
is.
And just like you say, you thinking about like God putting me through a test. I think through the same thing. Like when something bad happen, I'm just like, it's just part of the journey. Like it's just something I got to go through to get over that hill.
Exactly.
Kind of.
And a lot of times it's like we have to understand that we're not robots. God did not put us on earth to be robots. So being a robot is just like everybody's the same. He created everybody the same, and we all go through the same issues, and we go through the same thinking and the process of life. Then we're just going to be robots. But the very fact that God said that I knew you before your mother knew you, He individually picked all of us to be exactly who we need to be. And so in order for us to be that individual, we have to go through some trials and tribulations in order for us to grow. And so, grow as an individual, but with your own identity. Your
Yeah.
identity not in societal wise, but in Christ. So, just like I go through certain things, you're going to go through certain things, but it's something that how God can use me for your life and something that you can use, He could use you for mine. And there's certain things that we're going to just learn. And so that goes back into the conversation that we had before. It's about surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
For
I
real.
wouldn't be who I am today. I would not be Adira Gray in this moment, standing and sitting here with you right now, if I didn't go through the things that I've gone through. I wouldn't be able to have this conversation. I wouldn't be, in the most humblest way, I would not be able to be more advanced than most 22-year-olds.
I feel that too. And like, don't you feel like wherever you go, whatever person you meet, like you take a little piece of them, wherever, like when you go on with life?
Um,
Not like, I'm not like counting like bad stuff, like kind of like taking whatever, like basically like just learning.
yes, definitely, definitely. I think that every time I come encounter someone, I do take something that I can
Yeah.
learn out of it. Whether it's a person that isn't mature enough to speak to me in a certain level or whatever it is, I'm able to take it. Simply because, once again, you as an individual have gone through something that I've never gone through, but it's about how you made it through and the tools that you gain along the way. And so that is why, like, for me, there's so many different things I've seen people do and be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Why? Simply because I'm learning through you
Yeah.
that I don't have to go through that in order for me to learn that lesson.
Exactly. I just said it on the other one too. I was like, and I'm watching these like podcasts, and like they're giving out all this game about like business and stuff. I'm 20. I'm 21 years old. They're 22. These guys are 40, 50.
Yeah.
They've been through it, done that, and now they're telling me to do this and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't have to go through what they went through
Yeah.
because like I'm already getting like the lessons of somebody who already went through the ringer.
Yeah.
So like,
You don't have
it's
to go
just
through
usually
it.
people like listen to stuff like that and they don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
That be the problem. Like why people don't get like where they want to go.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. I think that based on what you just said, even like they don't want to go where they need to go, is simply because I believe us as human beings, we limit ourselves. And so, because it's like there's no limits at all,
At
even
all.
though that you have the circumstances that you're in, it could be bad, good, or traumatizing. We have to understand at some point we have to fault ourselves through certain things and why we are in a certain place. And so I always say that there's no limitations except the ones you set upon yourself. Um, I did that in a on TikTok before, and I was explaining that we stop ourselves. God has given us a slate of everything, but you have to choose what is it that you want to do with it. We can sit, dwell, cry about it, or we can grow from it and move past it and use the tools to be successful in the thing that you need to be successful in. And so that is, I think that's just like my mindset. And a lot of people can say, well, you might be a little biased because you really haven't gone through anything. I've gone through a lot of spiritual lessons, but nothing too crazy. I always say that God has given me rope to learn, but never enough rope to hang myself.
Yeah.
And so, and it could just be my very own perspective as well. You see what I'm saying? That some people just sit there and hang themselves because they hung themselves, not because God hung themselves, if that makes sense. And
I got you.
so, yeah, and I think that thinking on that type of level is just very important, not only for you, but even the legacy after, because you're gonna have kids. You know, you're gonna have a wife. They're gonna have kids, and what you do today, you can break the generational curses, or you can keep them, and then your kids gonna endure the same thing, and their kids will do as well.
But I think that's also good for you too, cause you didn't have to be at rock bottom. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'd have to be at rock bottom to find out like, oh, I gotta get myself together, or like I gotta get my life together. I gotta get on this path or whatever.
Well, for me, like I was saying earlier, it's like I'm human.
Yeah.
And so a lot of things that people wouldn't expect of me, things happen. Like literally things like the one of the things I told you about earlier. You would
So
never
yeah.
have thought about that, right? So it's just like I do have my moments of I wouldn't call it a rock bottom. I believe like rock bottom is just like literally at the
Or
ground. Like, you know
or
what I
like
mean?
maybe not like rock bottom, but like in your mental rock bottom.
No, that is different. And this is what I want to say about that is that I only get there if I'm not spiritually aligned.
Hmm.
Because certain people, you know, God, it says, for many are called and few are chosen. So that's a scripture. That's Matthew 22:14. It just shows that some people are just called to do certain things, but so many people are chosen to work for God's kingdom. And that is literally like a light bulb. You know, you take a light bulb out of its electricity, it doesn't work. So the moment that I am outside of the number one thing that keeps me going, which is God, that means not being at my word, not praying, not doing what I got to do, not a religious level. I'm not religious, it's a difference. So but on a level of just being a disciple of God, a follower of Christ, and making sure that I am aware that, you know, having my ears open to hear his voice and to see through my spiritual eyes and not my fleshly ones. And so the moment that I'm outside of that is the moment I get to the place where my mental state is jacked up. You know, confusion, not understanding what's happening, no clarity, no nothing. And I'd be so discombobulated. And I know for a fact that I've been way too away from God for way too long. When I get to that place, I know that. So yes, I have been in those places, and that is how different things come up, such as like one of the habits I had. Those things happen.
Yeah.
But I also use those as spiritual lessons on why now it's so important for me to be grounded in Christ.
And I got another question, like, how is it when you come across guys that are moving with like lust? Because like that's a really big problem. I think that's both sides, but it's usually men, a lot of men for real.
Um, what I want to say about that, men that I come across with lust, I think for me is a little different. The reason why is because the men, not boys, men that I come across are men that are they think on even higher level than I do. So it's like it's either for me, it's like I attract men that are on their mess. Like, yes, I'm a man and this is what I want, but this is what I need from you as a woman. You know, not saying that lust isn't a thing that they have. We all do. We're human.
Yeah.
But the number one focus is, you know, life, career, their legacy. And that's important for women to understand is that you hold a man's legacy at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't come across a lot of young men that are immature. So if that makes sense.
So you feel like what's like your age range you feel like you attract the most for sure?
Whew. I attract let's see. They're always older than me. So probably like I think the youngest might have been 24.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 24. Now you do have like young men that are younger, but it's
Hmm.
like you don't want necessarily just me. You like the fact that I'm like a mother. and you don't have that. So you're attracted to the fact, obviously, me, but you're more attracted to the fact that of the things that I possess as a wife and a mother. So it's just like you don't have a mom and you want that because I cook, I do these things, I give
Because you could
you
take that
like the
role
mother
in some
role.
ways.
And then you have the men that is like, you will be awesome to be a mother. I don't need you to be my mother. I need you to be a wife. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a difference for me being a mother to somebody than somebody who wants me to be a mother and a wife.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, my neck feels crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
So
just sitting wrong,
you
but
can change it.
huh?
You can start around.
Yeah, that's what I did do. My neck. But anyways, like, how you feel about relationships?
Okay. So in what regard though?
Like, how do you feel about like in your life relationships?
Okay.
Like, are
So
you looking for anything right now?
I am. I am. The thing is when I think about looking, people think about searching. I'm not
Well, you're
searching.
not
You know what
searching,
I mean?
but I mean it in a regard like, I don't know how to explain that, but more so like open to it.
Open, yes, yes, definitely. I do. I want to be married. I want to be married young. So like when I'm 24, 25. I thought it was gonna be at 22, but it's not here. But yeah, I definitely want to be married. So in my life, a 22-year-old that wants to be married young, I have no time to play games. So it's more in the regard of just like there's a lot of people who want to just be in my face, right? But I have to be picky, and not a picky of like trivial things. I'm talking about things as a woman. Like I know what I possess and I know what I need as I'm out of a man. Like I want a man to lead me, not just to be like leading me. Like, oh no, I need a man who can lead me in Christ. That's different. A man of God. Like, and so because I've been working on being a Proverbs 31 woman, and so and that's being a wife and a
Hmm.
mother and all of these things at a young age. So I need a leader that is able to do his part as a man. And so, yes, people they like, oh, he's attractive and he's this and he's that, but that's not important to me.
Can he lead?
But yeah, but can he lead me? You see what I'm saying? Is he able to do the things that I need from him? Because I know I'm able to give exactly what he needs, but is he able to give the exact back to me? That goes back into that growing part, pouring into one and going pouring back into each other's cups. That is so important, because I don't want to be drained. I don't. I want to be submissive. I don't want to. No, I
And
don't.
like that's just how a woman is though. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be that way, but the thing is, I think now is more of you have a lot of children raising children, and so they're
For
not
sure.
able to um, raise. Not saying that they're not able to, but that is a lot of the issue. So a lot of women cannot be they not they're not able to raise a lot of like children on the level that we need them to be.
So you know
So
how
then you
many?
have a whole bunch of kids,
Yeah,
grown men, but they're children, if that makes sense.
yeah, and it's crazy. Like just like you said, and like especially like I'm not. This is every race for real, but you see it a lot in like the black community. It'll be a lot of like kids that grew up without dads, maybe even grew up without a mom. But it happens to every race though.
Yes, but I think a lot of the times, a lot of people see that narrative of just black people
Mm.
having that, and it's like so broad. I think it's because it's so much on the media
Yeah,
and
like
how we're perceived on the media shows, like, oh, we're killers, we're this, we're that.
exactly.
Like, I know you just saw this dude just going to some church. You know what I mean? Like, he just went into a whole church and he did this. Think about it's like you were saying, like, there's so many in different other races that they have so many issues more than us. But
It's just that with like the black people, it just get broadcasted more and
yeah,
put on the news more. It's like more in your face.
yeah,
So you don't, cause I ain't gonna lie. Like I run into a lot of people I talk to. They we end up getting into the conversation about like dads and stuff, and they be like, oh, "I don't have a dad," and they won't be black at all.
mm,
They'll be like Puerto Rican or some anything.
yeah,
That it happens a lot, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
yeah, definitely, definitely. But yeah, I definitely want a man.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was in that mindset like it was only black people like maybe like 5 6 years ago. But as I get to talk to people more, like a lot of people, my whole like my whole like mental just changed, like in the way I see it, my whole perception.
Yeah.
It's just really crazy. Like, and I used to be like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm more into like being like, wait, what's the word? Like, I'm very like black, empowering too. But I do like other cultures also. I try to like not like be like, oh yeah, if it's not black, it's not right. If you know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Some people be like that. If it's not
Yes.
black, it's not right.
I think a lot of like young black men are like that now because of just I don't know why, but I think it has to do with self esteem,
For
honestly.
sure.
Because they look at themselves and be like, I don't like this, so I don't want a black woman. But I'm like, your mother's black. Like she raised you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that goes back into you. Are you single? Do you want what is it that you want?
I'm gonna be honest. Like I ain't gonna lie, kind of like what you, not exactly what you were saying, because you always like based on like a woman,
Yeah.
but I just want somebody to like grow with me, like just grow with me mentally,
Yeah.
physically, and just keep on getting better. Like that's the
You
type of
got
stuff
to.
I'm looking for right
You
now.
got to. You definitely see do you want to be married, you just want a relationship.
I ain't gonna lie, it's not even. I'm just open to like, I'm very like in the flow. So like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going with the flow. I ain't even thinking about it too much. But like whatever happens, happens
Yeah. I think you gotta be careful with that as well though.
for sure.
Because it's like you want to make sure that we always have like an end goal. So
Yeah,
even though like yeah, I want a relationship, not saying we're gonna get married tomorrow, but my end goal is I want to be married. You see what I'm saying? Like you
yeah,
want to make sure that you have that firmly down when you first get in a relationship with somebody because you very much can be with somebody who like I just want to sit here with you, just look at you. I don't want nothing more than what we have. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, it
it's
does happen.
important. That's definitely important. And that's why I always say, like, yeah, I want to be married. So anyway, I'm so serious. So many people try to talk to me. I'm like,
Not,
well,
not, but you was right. That is my end goal too. Like I do want to
yeah,
get married eventually.
exactly. So, and it's like that's the first thing. When a young man tries to like talk to me, I'm like, well, I want to be married. They're like, okay. I'm like, is that something that you want? They're like, no. I'm like, well, it was nice talking to you. We could be friends.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. I do feel like that guy. He probably does want to get married. He's just saying like for right now.
But that's the thing, you having the conversation. If you're having
True.
a first, like we're having this conversation right
Mm,
now, when you're having a conversation with somebody you're trying to approach, or maybe we sit down and we just having this awesome conversation, and I'm considering based on how we're even talking, I might consider just talking to you, right?
yeah,
I'm asking questions the same way that you're asking questions, and we're having a discussion on life because we're not children anymore. So it's like, well, is this something that you look at? Is this something that you want? Oh, if it's a no, then this is not going to work.
but I do feel you like you throwing it out there. Like
Yeah,
you
I
want
want
to
to be
hear what
married.
his outlook on it.
Yeah, you not get married tomorrow. We don't gotta
Yeah,
get married in 20 years, but
yeah.
even if I don't want to start the process, because I'm a woman, so I have emotions.
Cause
The
like
emotions are crazy.
just like what you said, like these are all. I want to say Tesla sounds crazy. Like, that's crazy to say, but like you're filling these people out, these new people out,
Yeah, they cool.
and they're all just like you said. End goal is to merit for marriage.
Yeah, and because it's one of those things where it's just like, why waste your time? Why waste your emotions? Like I said, I'm a woman. So as a woman, you know how emotional I am?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's just like, if I love you, I love you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be put in a position where I love you so much. And it's just like, I don't want to let you go. And I'm completely going against everything that I want because I want to be with you. Because I love
yeah,
you. I don't want to do that. So why not just throw it out there right now? I want to be married. And then the number one thing for me, the number one question is where's your relation how is your relationship with God? What is your spiritual or religious belief? Even though I'm not religious, I'm just a follower of Christ, a disciple of God, you know? So it's just like I always say that because people think religious is like, oh, because you're a Christian, you're religious. No, religious is like doing something at a certain time. You're doing this, you're doing that, you don't like Muslims. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's different. You can do the practices, but what do you really believe? It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's actually part of the first conversation as well. Where you at with that? Well, oh, then we could be friends until you get to a place that you need to be, but this ain't gonna work for me. You know?
And then it'd be crazy because even the guys will like play this part with you, right? Like they love you.
Yeah.
They'll play along, like they'll just act. And I told one of my friends about it because I see one of my friends doing that, and I told him, I said, bro, that's just lame, bro. You might as well just be upfront with it. Like she'll respect you more for that. I
Yeah.
respect I don't matter in that situation, but she'll respect you more for that just because you're being upfront and
Exactly.
honest.
Exactly. And I think that, I've had my experience, but um yeah, I'd rather you come to me, talk to me. You don't want to be here, then don't be here. I'd rather you do that than actually hurt me.
Yeah,
Like, that's not, I mean, it's going to be like, oh, okay. But I respect you. I will respect you more than anything. I won't even be mad at you. Kudos to you. You know what I mean? I'll dap you up real quick because that's just like, I'd rather you do that than cheat.
and I noticed when you move around life like that, people like respect you more just for even like telling them like because this is what we're
Exactly.
supposed to do, but people don't do it for some reason. Like I
Exactly.
told my friend how it was genuinely like this is how I feel, bro. Like respect it or don't do it or don't do it. But this is how I feel. Like
Yeah,
just letting it out there. And he just does whatever he does with that.
exactly. It's so important because
It's very
it's
important.
not fun being cheated on. Like, it's not. You know what I
Or like
mean?
being played like
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
nah that boy was wild. Like
What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, come on. And it's one of them things is just like knowing who I am in my heart and just everything about me. Like anybody who knows me, like I'm the happiest person. I'm the cheerful person. I don't be fighting. We don't argue. None of that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I'm all about communication, but for you to do something crazy like that to me, out of all people, come on. We could have just sat here and talked. You know what I mean? I don't want to, but I guess that sounds so black and white, and I guess it's about the part of not wanting to hurt somebody, but you end up hurting them. You do. You end up hurting them. So, but that.
So
Oh, sorry.
that was it. You can finish what you were saying.
I was gonna say, but that just goes into the conversation of not letting the next person um pay for what the other person's done.
Yeah,
I don't think that you should do that as an individual. You
for
should never
sure.
do that. You
Because
know,
this is a whole new individual, man.
they ain't even do nothing yet.
Yeah.
You know what
Hey, yet,
I
yet,
mean?
but like, I almost forgot what I was about to say. But what would you tell like the 14 or 15 year old you?
The 14, 15-year-old me, what would I tell her? I would definitely tell her to constantly have faith. Constantly, constantly have faith because in the long run, that is what keeps you. Having faith in God and realizing that God is not leaving you.
Yeah,
Like, all of this that is going to happen is literally for you. It is for you to grow to be the individual that you are and will be 20 years from now. You know,
and
because
then
I've
like,
always been different.
and what you was going through, like, say I just got into a car accident. That's just right now. This is just God put me through a test. So like, whatever I feel right now, if I might be angry the first day or whatever, this is just how I'm gonna feel today. Tomorrow I'm gonna be good.
Exactly. Yeah, I was definitely mad. I just
And
bought
like,
that
but
car.
when you, yeah, nah, it is different. But like, just like you said, it's just the next day. It's always gonna be the next day.
Yeah, it's always gonna be something new. It's not like now that I've gone through so many different lessons, and learned from them. This wasn't one where it was just like, dang, like that beforehand, like a long time ago, how I used to feel. It's like, okay, God, yeah, I'm mad. I was mad, but in the long run, it's just like he gonna work it out. He did it before.
Exactly. I
Did it
ain't gonna lie.
before.
I didn't got like way calmer in like crazy situations. Like now, I'm just like, bro. It's just like I'm gonna be good in a little bit because I know I'm gonna fix it. Like
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
think about it like that, it just makes me feel like way better. Like I feel like people say they live when they like 30. I feel like I'm living now though. To be honest.
Exactly. And I think it has to do with generation, though.
Yeah,
It has to do with generation because our generation, we're Generation Z. So in our generation, we're the richest generation that has ever lived.
for
Like,
sure.
that is so crazy. So our thinking is completely different. Our limitations are different. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we are like, I have this gift, I'm gonna go do it. Back then, they limit because of um, the social dynamic of everything and everything like that. So we have nothing but freedom. We're sitting here on a podcast right now because of the
Literally,
freedom.
yeah,
They wouldn't do that back
they
then.
couldn't do that back then. And like just like you were saying, like our generation is very different. Like I remember
Different.
when I applied for my new job at Polanka, and like the dude who was interviewing me, he told me, he said like whole generation, this new generation, they're so smart. Like they're over here like 21 years old, like looking at stocks and stuff. So he told him a dude that was like 19, he showed him a stock. He said, when this hits this number, I'm gonna be rich. And he was like, that's crazy. Like these kids
Yeah,
are just different.
they're different. Like 14, 15
And,
millionaires.
and then now kid, but it's
12.
definitely kids is like 14, 15 in the stock.
Yes. Like, oh my, I'm looking
That
at
wouldn't even
like what?
surprise me. Like,
It's crazy, but and that is why like my parents are learning now that we're not the same that you were. You know what I mean? Because my dreams is just like I can literally do anything I want to do and know that I can do it with no limitations. I have the freedom. The
yeah.
freedom to do it. What y'all gonna say? You know what I mean?
And like some older people don't see it like that. Some older people like they be really people living like in negativity all the time though.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, this new generation is stupid and stuff like that.
Yes. I don't have that in my family. Well, my immediate family is because they've all grown, the entrepreneurs and everything like that. So I don't even have the mindset of working. Like I don't want to work. Like not even a little bit. But I do what I have to do
Yeah.
in order for me to get to where I need to be. There's a difference. I just think that I had my first job at Jersey Mike's when I graduated, and I was just like, I quit like a month, and I was like, no. How are you my age telling me what to do? And
It's
then,
crazy.
and no, you do it. We got the same job. Go do it. You know what I mean? No. And after that, I'm just like, yeah, I gotta have my own business, And I got different certificates and school and all those different things. I only go to school not because I want to, simply because of the fact that I want to make sure that I'm covered all around. Like if I stand here and I turn, I'm covered. I got school, I got this, and I can do anything, So even if business don't work, which it will.
And I ain't gonna lie, talking to people is like a big thing too, especially when it comes to like getting better opportunities and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it could take you so far, bro. But like a lot of people our age, they try to be closed off and stuff, which is good too. Like I think it is definitely good to have your boundaries and like your privacy. But I think definitely talking to people is a really good thing, and it can
yeah,
really help you in the long run.
definitely,
Because
definitely.
like you probably just met Jeffrey across the corner. You might need an oil change or something, and you just met bruh. You might hit him up, be like, yo, you could. He might give you a discount or something.
Yeah,
Like you never know what can happen because like, every time like life just smacks you in the face.
yeah, yeah.
So like build as many connections as you can, like plant
I
them
definitely
seeds.
do. Oh, I definitely do. Like I know. Oh my goodness. One thing about me, because I'm a life coach, I have met so many people. I have coached thousands of people. I'm not even exaggerating that number. I be on social media.
I'm not surprised at
You
all, to be honest.
so with that I also network. I know so many different people in different fields and I was like, yo, you doing this? Oh, let me see who I have in order to get you connected real quick.
Yeah,
I definitely do that a lot because I always think about me and the very fact that it's so important that I love the fact that I have people in my corner to make sure that I get to where I need to be. And especially when you see somebody who doesn't have that, it's just like, I got you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you want to do music? I know this producer. I know this. I know that. I knew that. Oh, you want to own houses? I know somebody who do that. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Connection
we're
through
investing.
connections, like
And so I try to
that's
put
that's why
everybody
it's always
on.
good to talk to people. Like you never
Exactly.
know.
Yeah, I definitely do my best with that because people need people. That's why I keep like my phone on a ringer 24/7 because um, I always tell people like call me at any time. And even in the middle of the night, wake me up. I'm gonna answer because especially when you're by yourself at night, isolated, that is when the enemy is able to just come in
Yeah,
and just in your mind, like, oh no, call me.
yeah.
Let's pray about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I
You
mean?
you want to hear so crazy? Like my one of these ladies I work with at my other job, right? At Sonic, and I worked with her for like a couple of years or whatever. But she really cool. but she worked there for like 20 years. It's an Hispanic lady, and I asked, I was like, yo, so why you been here for so long?
Yeah.
Like, why you never left? Cause you get, it's like in my head, I'm like, you can get a better job, like, cause like people just be there cause they're either comfortable
Yeah.
or like they
Oh
just
my
don't want to move on.
goodness. Yes.
Well, that's the same thing. Where they're comfortable and not want to move on.
No, definitely
But
because
like, I genuinely asked her. I genuinely wanted to know because like it's just crazy to me. Like,
now you sat there asking that.
because like, but my first like year, there, I'm like, bro, I can't be here longer than 2 years. And even though I ended up being there longer, I still got me something better though.
Yeah.
And I still was like doing other stuff like this. Like,
I can't be anywhere longer than like 6 months. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm surprised on my last job that I was on, not the last one, but the last one before that, I was a teacher for a middle school, Chancellor Middle School.
mm-hmm.
And I remember they did a award ceremony for like teachers and stuff. And I was leaving. I was leaving. See, so um, somebody said, yeah, somebody who was working here for 70 some years, 60 some years.
What?
I said, what are you doing? I was so blown because why are you working here for that long?
It wasn't even a good job.
People love what they love. People call to do what they got to do. But I just know for me,
Yeah,
I am not here to be working for somebody else. I know that for a fact. Like, I know that I know that I know. I know. I don't even have that personality to be taking orders from everybody. I don't. I be giving them. I do that now.
low
So,
key though, and like in my heart, I be wanting to help them. Low key, we wanted to put them on, but they don't. What? But you gotta want to be helped too at the same time.
also, you think about generation. So, that's good for them. But think about our next generation that's coming up. So, it's just like the reason why they're there for all those years is because that is what they know. That is what they were told.
Exactly.
And we're thinking like, why the heck would you even do something like that? That's because we're not told to do anything like that. They say, yeah, work, but work to invest in yourself, not to work for 1,000 years and be like, I'm doing this.
And like for real, that's the problem. Because think about it, you get up and you work for a company. Get up and work for somebody else. You're not even working for yourself.
Exactly. And I made a decision when I moved back here a month ago. I was like, look, I got to wake up at 5 a.m. regardless.
Yeah.
I got to wake up for my job that I have to go get, or wake up for myself and show up for myself and my career and my gifts. And I choose me.
Facts. You always put yourself
I'm
first.
22. I have the freedom. I have my family. They supported me, everything like that. And it's just like I can choose to go back to work, but I can choose to use my gifts because I'm not going to be 22 again. And I'm a student. So it's just like I'm not going to be 22 again. And I may not have this opportunity ever again. I might be stuck in the same thing as everybody else if I don't do it now. And so I
Look,
choose me.
that's what I tell myself. I was like, bro, I gotta get on the YouTube stuff. Like, I already want to do it. I gotta start now every day.
Yeah.
Cause like other day I was vlogging, and then I hit my message. I was like, yo, bro, let's talk. And I'll just put a camera in front of us. We just talk about whatever. And like that's how that was.
Oh.
I mean, but did you see the one I did before with Seth?
Seth. In the car.
In the car, yeah. That's where I started, but like,
oh, y'all growing up. Why I feel like I'm old?
But like, even when I did that, I was already trying to set up other stuff. Like, I'm hitting people up, like, hey, yo, you want to go on this joint? Just talk about yourself, cause like I'm also like putting a light on you too, and like we just both shine together.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad that we're even sitting here having this conversation now, because that goes back into the conversation of like surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. And I wanna hold you close, like, you know what I mean. So even just how you speak and just your demeanor as an individual is simply amazing. Like, I like to be around you. So
I appreciate it.
And I don't say that about people. Like, I just don't.
And to be honest, low key, like, this is also why I didn't bring some more, because I wanted to just be us, like, with the video.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't bring them. I thought about it, but I was like, nah. I think I should just like let's just be the video, and we'll do whatever whenever the time comes.
Yeah, sure. We're supposed to be having fun today. So
yeah.
You know, I don't mind. I want you to know, like, my house is always open. Like, you even remember when we had like the cookout or whatever.
Yeah.
My house is the house that everybody comes to. So it didn't stop there. Like, it's always, that's been my whole life. That's why I want a big family. So it's just like so important for me that Even when I have my own house, I want my house to be the same dynamic of making sure that like my house, my doors are open. Like it is open. And so you're always welcome here. Jamar's always welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody's sitting right here. Everybody. I swear like everybody live here. I swear they do. You know.
And
People
that's why it'd be crazy. Like family don't even just be people that's like blood related to you. They could be friends too. Like
yeah.
yeah, that's why I always look at it like, bro, I don't really got that many friends for real.
Yeah.
'Cause I only got family.
Yeah. And family, your friends can be your friend as well. You know, like but I just look at my life, it's just like I don't have that many friends. Like I
Same.
seriously don't. Like I really don't. It's really me and a couple people.
And then, but you do got them people. You know, like them people you see out in public, like a giant or something. Be like, yo, what's up? How you
How
doing?
you been?
Yeah, and then you probably never speak to them again.
Nope.
If you don't see them at least.
Nope. I mean, it's people that I went to school with, and they just like, oh my goodness, and I'm like, hey,
But I will be honest, I do enjoy those interactions though. Like,
yeah,
while I see them,
yeah, and you just ask how you've been since I've seen you 10 years ago.
literally,
That's how I know we getting old because the
yeah,
fact that I can say 10 years ago
yeah,
is crazy.
insane.
I have a best friend, right? Her name is Tiara. And when I mean, we've been friends for 16 years. Very, very close for 16 years. Um, that's crazy because I'm only 22. So since I was young, um, she is somebody that I love so much. She pours into me, like pours into me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and that's what I mean about a friend. You know what I mean? Like all the support that I need, and she is a mother, a young mother. So it's just the fact that even though I have my all the women in my life that teach me how to be a woman, but when I look at her as somebody who is my age
Mhm.
and how you're navigating to be a woman at my age is so inspirational. And I always say like she's definitely like helped me grow as a woman as well. You know what I mean? So and the reason why I'm saying that is going back again, surrounding yourself with like minded individuals.
Sure.
Her entrepreneur mindset. Oh my gosh. We sitting here like she be like, no, we gotta go do this, we gotta go do that. She said, no, let's have a meeting. We have like once a month meetings. We go out for lunch or dinner and we sit, we catch up for the month because we don't talk every day. Only like we talk sporadically. And that's good. That's get us some time to go do what we said we were gonna go do, come back, let's have some results. Let's do it again. You know what I mean? And throughout the month we may see each other, but a constant flow of just talking with somebody and never having nothing else to talk about is crazy.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. And you
I
know what
don't
else
have
be
that.
crazy too? Like that, like family or friends you don't
Yeah.
see, like that you know you're gonna see again.
Hmm.
And like when you do see them again, maybe a year or two, or even months,
Yeah.
like when y'all start talking again, and like you hear how they grown and you've grown, you be like, dang,
Yo.
it's crazy. Like you
I'm
really
like, we
grew. Like
did that. We
yeah,
did. You know, we did that. And then sometimes we have our stagnant moments. You know, I have times where we go back to brunch or dinner and I'm just like, look, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. This is what's happening. Then we'll stop that for a second and attend to the things that I need or what she needs. You know, because we know that this is a roadblock that if I don't get through this, then I won't be able to do the thing that I need to be doing.
yeah,
And so that's why I mean I love her so much, you know, because she's real. Like she's so real, but also like we keep each other afloat. I swear we do. You know, so it's just very important. If I see her down, like nah, we're not doing that. What's going on?
yeah.
You know? In previous like friendships, I didn't have that. So it's just like to constantly see it, especially when you've been friends with somebody for many, many years and they constantly love on you, support you, and grow with you. It's so important. So awesome.
Nah, yeah, it's a great thing, and I do like being about being grown too. It's like you really control your circle. I mean, you control it
Yeah.
when you're in high school too, but like when you're grown,
Yeah.
you're more aware like
You
of what's
yeah.
bad for you.
I'm like, oh heck no. I'm like, nah,
So like,
gotta go.
now when I see BS, I'm like, nah, you gotta go.
You gotta go,
Gotta get out of here.
Definitely, but that also goes back into even like that circle part. When we're talking about relationships, it's important that you have somebody that is equally yoked to you. And that is why when I talk about being picky, it's because of the fact like when you're equally yoked with somebody and it's just like, yo, you are on your mess, I'm on my mess. It's like it's nothing but just so inspiring, empowering. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like imagine being with somebody that constantly helping you grow. You know, like they're not taking from you at all. They take what they need. I
Yeah.
do the same thing, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just that draining part of life, you don't want a partner that's
Yeah. That
draining.
is just nah.
I don't want to. I'm picky.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You want somebody to put stuff on the table
Yeah, you know. And I always, but before you get into any type of relationship, you have to start with yourself. You know,
for sure. Oh my God, it's crazy you said that.
you got to start with yourself because if you don't love yourself, you won't be able to love anybody else.
I love that saying because it's so real. Like, cause you'll get in a relationship, right? You won't even have your mind right.
Yeah,
How you gonna love somebody else if you don't love yourself?
yeah. I always say to them like, "How you gonna love me? You can't. You
Yeah,
can't because I know. Okay, honestly, I'm a lot. When I say I'm a lot, nothing like negative, but I'm emotionally a lot. Like I'm needy. I'm gonna say it. I am. I need that love. I need that attention. I need you to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like you could literally just be in the same house as me, and we don't gotta talk. But the fact that you're breathing in the same air as me, that's how needy I am. I'll be
yeah,
fine. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you're not able to attend to me in that area because you're not complete within yourself, it's one of those things. It's just like it's pointless. I don't know. It's just like certain relationships are just pointless to me. You know?
and like, have you ever like told like your friends that too? Have you ever seen your friends like that? What they have into a relationship like fast, and then like they don't even got their mind right.
Um. Yes. Whew. Yes. I look at them like they crazy, and I'll always point out like, well, you just did it again because a lot of times is that they're not learning the lesson that they're supposed to be learning. So it's like the same person in a new face in a
Yeah,
new body. So it's just like you went through all of this and all of that, but you just went with the same exact type of guy or the same exact girl. Like if it was a guy that I was talking about, right? So it's just like you don't love yourself in the way that you're supposed to because of the very fact that you are allowing after a certain time it's like you're allowing these things happening to you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like so like no it's not. No, now you're just catering to their feelings. No, you are allowing these things to happen to you. And it could be said easier, but it's just like me saying it could just be easy to just say, but it's really not. I think it's just common sense at the end of the day because it's like I'm more sensitive to people's feelings now. But when are you going to be tired? I would say you're not tired yet. Eventually, you're going to be tired of something and you're not going to want it.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? That goes back into anything that we do, whether it's our weight, whether it's the friendships that we're in, rather, you get tired of a show. What you do? You turn it off. You see what I'm saying? So, same thing with people. You get tired of something, leave it.
and then like it goes back to that victim mindset too. Like they had some happen to them in the past,
Yeah.
and now it's carrying over to now, and then like they thinking it's going like just fall in their lap. Like no, you got to work on
You
yourself.
got to work on yourself.
Like that's how it's going to change. It ain't going to just change
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
And how do you work on yourself? The first thing that I teach when I am coaching somebody is because we got all these issues, but the very first thing I talk about is who are you? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and so a lot of times when I ask somebody who they are, they don't know. And they want to say the roles that they play. Like I'm a teacher. I'm this. No, that's a role that you play, or what somebody else says about them. Who do God say you are? You see what I'm saying? And who are you as an individual? They never know. And so for me, I know exactly who I am. That's why I'm able to teach it. So
yeah,
it's one of those things like I help people. I have workshops that help people focus on who they are. It takes about 10 minutes to do. And you'll even get like the gist of who you are right then and there. And it starts with that because it changes the way you speak, it changes the way you walk, it changes the whole narrative of you as
and
an
every time you do
individual.
something, you do it with a purpose. Like, it really means something.
Oh, you can like so I
Every,
walk into any room, I change the
yeah,
atmosphere. Like I
yeah,
know I do.
and like people know when you walk into that, like it
Exactly.
changes the whole energy of the room.
It
Like
change it changes everything. So the importance of that, I stress it because we can't talk about anything, we can't fix anything unless we figure out this part of you. Because a lot of the times, um, a lot of the things that happen is like the results of the fact that you don't know who you are. So it's just like you dealt with this, you dealt with that because of the fact you didn't know who you are. So
Yeah.
once you figure that we can just get to the bottom. We just scratch off all the surfaces of everything. Um, so just like when women pick men, why are you picking a certain type of man? Let's look at you. Like I know what I attract. I know exactly what I attract, and it reflects me. Like strong and powerful men. You know what I mean? Whether they're for me or not, but I know what I attract.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Weak men are not attracted. They're more intimidated. Oh, she's this, she's that. You know what I mean? I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm having this conversation with you is making you feel uncomfortable is crazy.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you should be able to bounce off your energy at least.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, and then there's some weak men that are attracted to the fact that who I am because they see that in their mothers. You see what I'm saying? That goes back into that mother thing. You see what I'm saying? So, you get either or, but for me, it's really men that are just like I'll be like, oh my goodness, how are you this powerful? You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
babe. And I feel when I come across men like that, I look at myself and be like, oh my goodness, I got a lot of growing to do. When I ever feel like I have a lot of growing to do because of the fact that there's somebody in my presence that are doing so much, I'm not even talking about like physically, but they're thinking. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm a little bit still immature because what in the world you got going on over here? And it inspires me to want to keep working on myself because if I'm surrounding myself with people who are literally like looking for me to fix everything or be that leader in the group or whatever it is, I'm always going to be that leader. But I'm just saying, like, always looking to me for everything. I don't see the places that I need to grow in. But when you're in a different space where people are like, oh my goodness, they are doing so much. They have like their self love, their everything, like personal growth. I was like, oh yeah, what you got going on? I need that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like to be stagnant. In the moment that I feel stagnant, I feel
Exactly.
uncomfortable.
That's why you want to surround yourself with people that's above you, because then it's like, oh yeah,
Exactly.
it motivates you and it gives you a goal
Yeah. Because
itself.
I promise you on everything, the people that I be around, I'd be looking at myself like nothing with low confidence or anything like that, but it just be like, I got a lot of growing. I got a lot of growing to do. And that is good. I love to feel that way because it makes me not be stuck. Because it's not even about being comfortability. It's just more the fact that I can see it. You're
Yeah.
around a whole bunch of people who ain't doing nothing, you just be like, they always see you as like, oh my goodness, and you're not gonna see the growth that you need because they're feeding off of that. They're not doing nothing. You're always gonna be humbly over top of them more. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like,
And I feel like this life, like this ever growing life, is a way different life.
yeah,
Like when you constantly growing, it's way different than like being stagnant is terrible. Like
yeah,
because then you waking up, it's the same day
yeah,
every day. But
definitely.
when you growing, it's a different day every
Yeah.
day.
And that goes back into that's the same concept with like health. So if you're around a whole bunch of overweight people that have the same habits, you're not doing anything different. Like you're not going to do anything different because of the fact that oh, you want this food, you want that. Everybody's eating the same thing. But if I want to be small, I need to be around some athletic people who's in a gym, who's doing this because I know I'm gonna be tired, but you gonna push me, and I'm like, I'm inspired to be like that.
Yeah.
You gonna be eating healthy and be like, oh girl, I don't eat that. I don't eat that food. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna eat this. So it goes. I think the whole narrative of life is literally who you are with
Yeah.
and
Like
what your
it's who you
foundation
surround
is.
yourself with.
Yeah, and your foundation.
Because
So
like if you around stagnant people, you're gonna want to be stagnant.
stagnant.
Do the same thing
Yeah,
every day.
true. I can't do that.
That's why I'm glad we got the media too, because then it might get you out of that comfort zone. You might see somebody else, you're like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, how you get like this? That's what I need to do.
yeah.
it would be like a constant reminder, like I
Yeah.
need to get on my stuff.
But that even goes back, Kai Cenat.
Yeah. Oh my.
I love Kai.
Nah, like
And Duke.
he was one of like the guys. I was like, bro, this dude's like around my age, and he just like on it, on it, on it. And I respect it so much because like he's doing things that other people don't do.
They're not doing.
And like he's just on it, like constantly trying to get better, constantly trying to do something different. And like I just respect that so much.
Exactly.
I respect that a lot.
And a lot of people see him like that. That's why I brought him up. It's just like Kai is I think he's younger than me. So
No, I think he's 22.
So now he's 22. I remember. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know nothing about Kai like that.
But he either like 21 or 22.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. I don't know. But you would never know he lived by himself. So
but like,
it's one of them things where it's like he is so inspirational because to be so young. Well, he started young. I think that's why I keep thinking but to start so young and say, I want this with the consistency, the discipline, it's like, I could do that too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And to see where they started, because you got to think about Duke. Duke was doing something else. So everybody was doing their own thing, and then it's just like they all came together.
They all came together because they was all doing.
I'm not going to lie. For many years, even before I saw Kai and them, I've always wanted to have a house, right? And get like everybody, in them houses where you have all.
I know exactly.
Yeah, everybody live in the same house. Once again, having those people that's doing the same things, everybody's growing. And I've always wanted to do that, like before I get married, before everything in my life, because it's just like once I have my kids and all that type of stuff, I'm not gonna be able to have everybody at my house and live that type of life. You know what I mean? But one day before all that happens, I definitely want to have a house and be like, oh, yeah, we all living in the same house and we all doing the same thing and we all doing this and we all that. I think that would be so fun and inspirational until it's over, because at one point it's gonna be over.
Yeah, because like when I see like Duke and them all doing it, I'm like they're all grown. I don't even look at it as much as them just getting money, but like they're just the influence too, like the influence they have on people, just all that, all together.
They be having fun.
Yeah, they be having fun. Like they be
hilarious, especially with the fireworks.
And like it just shows you like they're living their life instead of like even just following like a trend. That's when you was talking about like the what's it called, the pot the balloon joint. Well, that was more so I didn't like it personally. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't like it either, but I don't get it. I genuinely don't. I don't get it. I don't think they're all gonna last or whatever. But I think what it is that what I'm learning is that with social media, especially when you first start, that's it. Don't do your own thing. I think like when it comes to social media, I'm learning this right now, like especially like on TikTok. You gotta follow a certain trend, but add your own pizzazz to it.
Exactly.
So people can be attracted to that, and then you can, when you have your community and the people that want to watch you, they'll just do your own thing. You know what I mean? You gotta get your name out there first.
But it's like if you like with like the 20v1s, like you just started 20v1, it's like you gonna put yourself in that category. I was like, oh, he's that 20v1 YouTuber. Yeah, that's what I was like. I would do 20v1s, but I would do like a couple of videos or something just to have fun. Yeah, and like I wouldn't want to make that like me. I'm not the 20v1 YouTuber. I'm the dude who can do it all. Like just very creative, trying to do something new every time.
Yeah, and I'm definitely proud of you. I am definitely proud of you. Even when you first walked in here, I was sitting here like, how in the heck?
Crazy.
Because you look okay. You have the same face, but you're grown. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you talk.
And I went through like a lot of growth too, for sure. Like the past 4 or 3 years.
And then to sit and talk to you and see where your mind is at. Oh my goodness!
Because when you see me before, I wasn't even talking at all. Yeah.
You answer crazy, But it's just amazing. It's just awesome to. Because how many years has it been since school? So like 5 years. Yeah. And so 5 years later to not see you, not talk to you for real, and all those things, and then to look at you in the man that you are is so inspiring. And so just keep going, because there's so many young men that need to look at you and just be like, yo, I need to be around him. You know what I mean? And I keep saying that. I don't say that. So yeah, it's awesome. Like
I think the same with you though. A lot of little girls look up to you.
Thank you. Man.
And that's why it's like a ladder effect. Like you always climb up the ladder, try to help everybody that's down here.
Yeah.
and trying to grow everybody that's
Yes.
coming up here.
Yes. 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 Definitely. Like what happened was like even like with today, I saw your video and I was like, there's no way. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, there is no way. Like just just your demeanor, your everything is it's on point.
No, I
It
appreciate it.
is literally on point. Yeah. But oof, stomach hurt.
So, what's your ethnicity?
So black.
Like, you just black?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm mixed. Like, I don't know how much like African I got in me, but I got like African, probably like 30% white, Caucasian.
Well, if we want to talk about that, like I'm not first generation African, no, but we know where my family comes from.
Yeah,
Like, but that's because it's generational stories in our family. Like, from my mom's side, they're from Ivory Coast. You know what I mean? And so, Ivory, that's West Africa. And so, it's like, I've always been obsessed with Africa. That's how, like, all my social media is, so it's African Queen. But, you know, as I got older, I realized, like, even like who we are, Black in America, and what that means. Where we come from in America, like what we had to fight for. Oh my goodness, all of those things. And then there's my dad. I don't know where in Africa he's from, but we have first generation Native American. So on his side.
that's
So
crazy.
I think the last one just passed, like with full Native American blood, literally. So just passed. And my brother is the last gray. So my last name is Gray. And so if my brother doesn't have any children, there won't be any more Grays.
I think also, I think every person should go to Africa because
Yeah.
like that's where everybody's from. So everybody will visit Africa at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
So like,
I was supposed to go for my graduation from high school. I was supposed to go to Ghana.
did you ever go?
No,
You been there?
COVID.
Do you like
My mom
African
has.
music, like
Oh,
the Afro
yes,
beats?
I sure do.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like too deep into it.
Oh, I am.
I be messing with like the Spanish music too, but
Oh,
like
my
I
goodness.
like
That's
Burner
all I
Boy.
love
You like
Afrobeats.
Burner Boy?
Yes, my friend. So this is how crazy it is. I need to say something real quick. So when we were just talking about like relationships, right?
Hmm.
I actually attract like majority of just African men. So like the one we were just on the phone with, I was just on the phone
Yeah,
with. We're all friends now, but I was with him for 3 years. So he's African, So he's from Senegal, but that's just how it is. Like it's never really anybody like from America. Like I mean it is, but I think also it's me too. Like I'm just not attracted. I think
yeah.
it just depends based on how you think. That is how it is for me. So they come over here thinking on a different type of level. Like because their culture is different. And then you have American men, not saying anything is wrong with us. They're men and everything like that. But I think it's a level of maturity.
And we got to be honest, a good amount of Black American men are victimized in their head by because they always like looking up like, oh, the
Yes.
white man this, the white
Oh
man
my
that.
goodness. Yes. Yes.
Like the
Yes.
low key, that's like a big problem in our community.
So what is your preference when it comes to women?
I'm gonna be honest, I prefer like Black or Latina. I really like Latinas too, but I don't really like go for anything outside of those. But I'm open to that too.
Yeah. I was just asking because I do see a lot of black men always try to talk to Caucasian women. And it's just like
I feel like Caucasian women like friendly at times, but I like my Caucasian women too. But like,
I couldn't do it. Like, I personally nothing against nobody, but I personally can't be with a white man.
yeah,
I think as a black woman and the struggles I have to deal with on an everyday basis, they would never understand the struggle that I have to go through. A black woman in America, a black woman with um, black children, and I believe that with a white man, if I had a son, he won't be able to raise him the way that I need him to be raised. A black man in America, because they're
yeah,
not going to see that you're mixed. They don't care about you're black. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just a whole culture difference. Also, I'm just not attracted, but I'm not attracted due to also all the other things. So, I think for me, it's like physical is probably not like the number one, but it's probably like number two,
And,
like physical thing. of
But
distraction.
also like, and I want to go back to this topic too. Like I feel like if you like God shouldn't look at it as a victim mindset. Like
Yeah.
if the Black Panthers looked at it as a victim mindset, they wouldn't have did what they did. What well why I go like, I don't know because that would you call that as a victim mindset
With you said Black
with the Black
Panthers?
Panthers? But because they were fighting with because they were fighting,
No, I don't.
then I wasn't a victim mindset.
I wouldn't say that. No, with the Black Panthers itself, themselves, I don't believe that that was victim mindset. I believe what they were doing, which they were actually just doing, was protecting our community against from those who were harming us.
Yeah,
So that's how gangs get in. That's where gangs originated from. So it's just literally protecting our community. They're all about our community. But we have to understand that we can't look at the surface level of history. We can't. Especially, I don't even look at the history that is taught in schools because that's all false.
yeah,
But if you really like look at everything and how we were treated and how we still are treated, I was like, sure, I want to join the Black Panthers. Like I literally said
yeah.
that because it's not that they're saying that we're limited to anything and I can't do anything. It's like no, you're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to do this and you're not going to do
Like
that,
no,
and I'm gonna
I'm
fight for it. You want to
yeah.
have a gun? I'm gonna have a gun. You want to
It
do
was just
that?
showing that you're human too.
Exactly. And so they're just fighting that fight that I believe that so many people, like especially now, like in America, it's just like something like get over it. No, why would I get over that? And this might be really bad. You don't know if you want to cut this out. What I'm about to say, but I do want to say this. It's like just think about 9/11. Okay, that was a tragic event, and all of those things has happened, and a lot of people died, and it's so sad. But it's like you tell us as a black community to get over something that we still have to fight to this day. But you don't want to get over an event that happened in America as well, 9/11. So it's just like, how are you going to contradict that? You want to
Yeah,
tell me to get over something because it's not important to you. But if I tell you to get over, I'm the bad guy. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? But we
It's
still
crazy.
fighting the fight. You're not fighting that anymore.
It's a lot of contradicting.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of contradicting. Like,
I gotta fight this every day. You gotta fight this every day. You're a black man. I believe it's more dangerous for black men than anything.
and no, I ain't go. I can't cut that out. I ain't go like, cause like
I don't know how you feel.
it's just real. Like I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I don't want you. I don't know what you want
Even if I
to.
didn't agree with it, it's like you saying how you feel. So like
I definitely do, but I do know that my
that.
opinion is so. My thing is like my opinions are facts, so it's like
Yeah,
facts and opinions kind of go together, and it's just like I speak on such a deep level that someone can hear them like, oh my goodness, cancel this person. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. And
So you gotta be
I
really
don't like that.
careful.
I don't like the cancel culture. I don't like it at
Yeah, and I'm
all.
like, what you
Like,
mad about? It's true,
cause it'd be crazy how they say freedom of speech, and then you
but I
say
can't.
something,
I can't say
and then
nothing.
they're like, "Nah, get them out of here."
Yeah, and it's just, but it's so real because it's like, no, us as a community should never get over that.
Yeah,
Us as a community, they keep saying, well, slavery happened, this and the third. Okay, slavery's still happening. Like, I don't know why nobody understands it in Africa right now. It's still happening. Like, so it's just like, even though you think slavery isn't happening, it's happening. If you think even like modern day slavery,
it's a lot more like a mental slavery, if anything.
yeah, but they're actually being enslaved, like being sold.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And so it's just like we have to deal with so much in our community, even like the narrative for black men, the narrative for black women. And then you could go outside right now. They don't like the fact that you just pulled up here, they ain't never seen your car and they shoot you because of the fact, oh, I don't know who you are in my neighborhood. You see like the privilege of that. And nothing's gonna happen to them. Well, you're just protecting your neighborhood. You know? No, you're not. Like you know what I mean? So it's just like it's really sad. It's really sad and a lot of people are scared to bring um children into this world because of it. But it's just like we can't walk around here being afraid of things like that
yeah,
anymore. But once again, just have faith that God's gonna do what He's gonna do, and don't limit that. Don't always say don't put God in a box. Always say that. Don't ever do that because The things that you want him to do, it's like we don't understand that just because certain things don't happen when you think it should happen, or it could very much be that you think it should happen, and that's because that's your flesh and you want it. But God is just like, no, I don't want this for you because you don't see how this is going to turn out. Or it could be you're not ready for it. You're not mature enough for this yet.
Yeah, and
You see what I'm
it could be
saying?
like that. Sometimes
So,
God might hold it and be like, nah,
yeah,
you're not ready for this right now.
exactly.
But when you're ready, I'll give it
And
to
I
you.
give it to you. Yeah, I love my black men. Oh my goodness, I love my black men. Love our women and everything. But I gotta emphasize, I love my black men. I do. I
Yeah,
definitely do. Like, I'm not even talking about like even like just like the emotional part of it. Like, I love black men, yes, but I'm saying like on the level, it's just like when I see a black man, I just be like, oh my goodness, like. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like for you, that's always like sitting there like, oh my goodness, because of the fact that I've seen. I think it's like seeing you like in high school and in the maturity. I am like mesmerized by black men. Like I just not any black man, but a man of stature.
yeah.
You see what I'm
What you
saying? Like
saying
you
with a
don't gotta
head?
open up your mouth for me to be like, oh my goodness, I know the type of man that you are.
Exactly.
Your presence. That's what I'm saying. And so, um, yeah. Like I love black men. Like I swear I do. I stand up for y'all every day.
So do you agree with like black? When now you did just talk about that how black guys be dating white girls and stuff.
Man, look. Y'all don't like my opinion. What's his name? Dr.
Brother
Omar.
Omar, yeah, I be saying
I
that
be
too.
listening to him. I be like, look,
Did you see that video of Davis when he had the white girl he pranked him?
yo,
That joke was crazy.
he said, she tried to give him a hug. He said,
He said no, please.
no.
Oh, and I think that's what he said. He said nope.
Oh my goodness, he would not hug her.
Nah, he's
He
funny,
is
bro.
hilarious, man. But people mad at him.
Not, and
But I
like
get it though. Like I get it. I don't. He's not hateful though. That's what I love.
not at
Like
all.
he's not hateful. He has his boundaries. He see his truth, and he's not gonna go against it because the society says whatever they say. And I'm like, look, I'm with you. Like I love my folk. I love everybody because
Yeah,
God calls me to love, right? So, but I still have this thing where it's just like it's not hate, but I don't need you in my face all day. You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's different if I'm sitting down, I'm talking to you, cool, cool, cool. But I do say that I don't understand why y'all take our black men. I don't get it. I agree 100% with him. It's like now it's just like why? One minute you didn't want us, right? You didn't want our black men. Is it a fetish? Like what is it?
And it's crazy because now it's like a whole thing. It's like snow bunnies.
It's like what? But you know why
You
they
got a
say
whole
that though.
category.
But you know why though?
Yeah.
Like oh, you a man? I guess you do know why. But I think they're so easy. Like I believe like white women are easy.
Nah, I wouldn't say all of them, but I ain't gonna lie. You is right. I be saying that all the time.
I'm not saying easy to just like sleep with them, but I mean like you don't gotta go through the boundaries
Yeah.
that black women hold because we go through a lot, so we have to have our boundaries. I ain't say be mean, but like I ain't about to be like, ooh, I want to talk to you all because you look good. What you got going on? You know what I mean? No one go through that.
But I'm gonna be honest. In my personal opinion, I do. It don't even be about like the color or the look. Sometimes it just be the mind or
Yeah,
like the
that's
vibe you
different.
give off. Like
That's different.
that's what I usually like go for. That's why I be like I go with the flow. Like if a vibe cool and we like bounce off of each other and stuff.
Yeah,
I mess with it.
I love that. I completely love it. I love being in a relationship because it's just you love the person even more.
Yeah.
Because even my sister, she was talking to me. It was crazy that she said this to me because I was like, I guess you're right. It's that she was like, there's so many young men that want you. I said, yeah. They look good. I'm like, yeah. She said, but the moment they open up their mouth, you just like, nope. I'm not attracted no more. Obviously, our initial thing as humans, like, oh, he look good. But the moment you open up your mouth and it's just like, nah, I don't even think you're cute no more. I'm
And
so
then
serious. I'd be like, nah,
and then it's crazy because like
I'm attracted to
you
the
open up
mind.
your mouth and like it all
Crumbles that.
determines your the person like who he
Yeah.
is like
It don't even gotta be
or
bad.
she is to be
Yeah.
honest.
And it don't even have to be like negative things. It's just the fact that it's just be like
but
You
I
can't even
do
hold this
just like how
conversation.
you said girls mature faster though. I definitely feel like because girls have like guys walking to them all the time, so like they're definitely always aware of like who's approaching them and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I can see
So it's like
why.
they can read something like that like way faster. I mean like I can read too. I'm very observant and stuff
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
But I feel like girls grow that like faster than the guy would. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
We do. We definitely do in more mature, but that's why. I excuse me. I'm sorry. Goodness, I know that for me I've always said like I couldn't be with anybody that is like my age, but it's not like overall. It's like yes, there's a handful of young men such as yourself that is just like oh my goodness, I could talk to you. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it's just like your mind is just like everything. Like that's what I'm saying. Like just men alone that are my age and that have that thinking. I don't mind if we're the same age. But if you were my age and I'm sitting here looking at you like you crazy because of the fact that you talk about some mess that don't even matter, I'm not gonna talk to you. You know what I mean?
Because
So
then there's like nothing to talk about. Like
it's nothing for us to talk about. I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna get bored quick.
nah, I ain't gonna lie. I really like those type of conversations. And when I say one or two things to you, and like I already did your batch, I'm out the door. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like, I can't. Like I genuinely can. Like
Because then I feel like it just messes with my energy too. Like I'm not even gonna try to like act like it's something. It's nothing here.
yeah,
Nothing here for me.
it's not nothing here for me.
Literally. Now I do that with like women too. Like when I talk to women, like if I don't, cause like just like I said, I don't move off like body either. Like
Yeah,
I'm straight like mind and
yeah.
like vibe and stuff. So like if she not bouncing off my energy, if she not giving me the same energy, I'm straight off.
Yeah, but I know attraction comes with it though. You have to be
Yeah,
attracted to her. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
But
But
then
it's not the
sometimes girls like won't be attracted to you like physically, and then like when she like
open up your mouth. You be like,
yeah
no,
exactly
I'm one of those people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am one of those people because it's like I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something to be attracted to you
yeah.
about because it's like ultimately it's like you don't gotta be like, oh my goodness, he look good, but it's just like I'm attracted to him, and it could very just be the fact that your mind is on point.
Hmm.
And I love that. I often found everything about you looking so good because of the fact that you opened up your mouth.
And
And
like
you
I
for
noticed this goes for both. Like we watch each other. Like if it's a girl you're interested in,
yeah.
when you talking to somebody else, you watch her. Like you pay attention to her.
Yeah.
So like, and I be peeping at with girls too. Like I might be talking to my friend or something, and like a girl like that might be attracted to me. She'll be right behind me, like listening to the whole conversation, like just staring at me.
I think because we gotta understand. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was, I think I'm one of those people where it's just like if you don't say nothing to me, I ain't might say nothing to you. Like because it's like I just feel like men are I from a woman's perspective.
Mhm.
I only just see men as like if a man wants something, he go get it.
Yeah,
I didn't
for
say
sure.
chase. I didn't say chase, but if you want to talk to me, then come talk to
Yeah,
me.
but if you want to put it out there, you can put it out there.
And I think it's because it's like I see women that always try to talk to men, but it makes them look thirsty. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody's like, why they can't talk to me? It's like at this point, it's like men, why are y'all trying to be women at this point? That's just how I feel. Like y'all becoming
Yeah,
sassy,
it's always it's
sassy.
always been this way. Like you a guy, you see a girl, you like you gotta get it.
Yeah, and that's just how I feel. Like if anybody like want to talk to me, like let's come talk to me. I ain't gonna be mean to you. You know what I
Like
mean?
we went down to Myrtle Beach like a year and a half ago, and like I was talking everything I like, and then like everything I see I like the guys. I don't mean like that, but yeah, that's how the crazy put that even in the conversation. But like, but I'll talk to guys too. Like, what's up? How you doing? Like, you know, like where the clubs at and stuff. Just like
Yeah,
resources and stuff, just to like guide me through. And like that goes back to what I was saying. Like, you
yeah,
never know what somebody could like connections could get you for.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. But I think we are having more feminine men though.
For sure.
Like I used to be like, what is that? What is happening?
And it could be like what they can dang. It could be what they consuming too. Like sometimes they be some of these podcasts where they be talking about
Oh,
like, nah,
what is happening?
I don't agree with that at all.
I've been sitting here like, what is happening? What happened to like men? You know, like I see men getting their nails done. They straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you matching my nails for? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know about this generation. Look, I sound old right now. I don't know nothing about this generation, but I ain't gonna do it for me. You got your nails colored, we got a problem.
It'd be crazy.
I'm gonna be like, you good? No judging,
Nah, but
but
that's just
you good?
you
Dang.
don't know with like the skirts and stuff,
Don't get me
skirts,
started with that, bro.
dresses, crazy.
What the heck is happening? What is happening? That is
How,
just
how you feel about like the comedians wearing dresses though? Cause like I seen some on YouTube. They was talking
okay.
about
Like Martin is
like
Tyler
Martin, Kevin,
Perry.
even Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart
Kevin
did it
Hart is
once.
hilarious. Okay. I don't think it's nothing wrong with it because they're not like, oh, I'm wearing a dress for fashion.
Hmm.
It's primarily for our community, and it's not about it. It's literally our community. How many times that you were at home, you did something silly?
Oh,
You
for
see
sure.
what I'm saying? Like maybe you mimicked your mom or whatever it is, and nobody's gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, you sassy." You know what I mean? They be like, "Oh, this man's funny." You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you gotta understand like that whole narrative thing, like the whole thing about them doing it. You got to think about these are the things that they did when they're in the comfort of their home to make their family laugh when they didn't have anything. You know, like the Wayans with the Wayans brothers. You see what I'm saying? Like all of them, all five of them. It's the simple fact that like they're hilarious. You got
and
Marlon, you got Sean, you got all of them, right? You know, they sitting there and they was at home. They was talking about it like they were at home just making everybody laugh because they didn't have toys, they didn't
and
have
they didn't
this, they
have.
didn't
I was
have
just about
that.
to say that they didn't have
You see what I'm
nothing like,
saying? They took it, put it
and
into media, and made
and
millions
everybody
off of
loved
it.
it. And like low key, that's a good side of also become coming from like poor situations. Like
Yeah,
it make you funny because you make jokes about not having nothing.
yeah,
Or like, but you don't have to be poor to be funny. But it
exactly.
helps a
Yeah,
lot because then you turn a negative situation
to some
to a positive.
positive. Yeah, so that is I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. Even like Terry, I like Reloaded. You know
Yeah.
him,
Wait, actually, I don't know what that is.
Terry Reloaded. Tabinya.
Nah, I don't know
You
what
don't
that
know who
is.
Tabinya is?
I might gotta do my research.
I can't believe you don't know who is on TikTok. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna check it
Like,
out.
his name is Terry Reloaded, and he does a skit like as a woman, as a you know, his name for her is Tabinya, and so he makes her so funny. But now it's just like people in our generation like, oh, he's gay, he's this, he's that. I'm like, bro. And I get it because you can't separate him as the man when he's just being the man. You can start seeing the little things because he's been in character for so long,
Yeah.
But it's like this man's straight. You know he's straight, but now you're gonna call the man gay.
Yeah, like I don't feel like that with like they try to do that
That
with
got him out the
they
hood.
try to do that with Kevin Hart and like Marlon Wayans and
Oh
all them.
my
They
goodness.
always tell about Kevin Hart sold his soul because it was an interview. He was like, I would never put on a dress, and he ended up putting on a dress. But I just feel like that was just like him trying something new,
Yeah.
and it just
Was he
helped.
just having
And his
fun with it
comedian
or
side
was
too.
it
He was having fun, yeah. Like, I think it was like part of like some skit or something.
yeah. But the funny part about all of this is that it's only happening in our community that they're looking at our men and saying, "Oh, he's gay because he wants to be funny about something." Right? What about the white community that's doing the same exact thing?
Exactly.
And they ain't saying nothing. They just think it's funny. They think it's cute. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just the narrative when it comes to our black men. That's what I'm saying. Like our black men and our black women is gonna always be something negative, regardless of what
And
it
I think
is.
it's also like that because that's always in the spotlight.
Yeah,
All that stuff is always in the spotlight.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now that's not even saying like
They're going extinct
we've
too.
always been like bigger than them, but we just like rose up like just like that. And
Yeah.
like that, like the last 20 years been crazy. Like
Because you gotta understand, black people are the smart. Oh, you might want to cut this out too. We're the smartest people like on earth. Like I'm so serious. Like people think that we came over here because of the colonization. No, we were already here. We're the first people on earth. We're gonna be the last ones. You see what I'm saying? So, um, it's just the very fact that people don't get that. People are ignorant to it. You think we came over here because they brought us up? Yes, some at some point that happened, but we were already here. Like people don't understand. Like everybody want to separate races and everything. I've always said it like this. Like even like Dominicans. Oh my goodness. I went to Dominican Republic.
Yo, I want to go there too. That's
You gotta
crazy.
go. Listen, everybody over there black.
Yeah. But it's crazy. You telling people like, yo, you black? You be like, nah, I'm
No,
not
I'm
black.
no
I'm
Dominican.
Dominican.
You're still black. Like, what do you mean? I'm not taking your culture
And,
from you.
but they don't understand like our definition of black.
But
Like black is anybody of African descent, and Dominicans are of African
African
descent.
descent.
That's why we say it. We
I'm
don't
like, oh my
like
goodness.
we don't just say it because of the color.
Because
That's what
like
we
you were
describe as black.
black. Exactly. I went over there. I was just sitting
I,
there
I mean,
like,
I
what
guess
is
they say it because it's
happening?
usually used for like Black Americans, like African
That's
Americans.
true. Yeah. But
But
we really just talking about like
I don't know if it's just us, but like I look at it, is anybody that's like
African
brown
descent.
with African descent?
Yeah. Like, like in every culture it is. So, like, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. And I always said that, like, even Asians. The first, like, the actual Asians look like before everything was colonized?
But they
Like
look
me and you, with just
yeah,
Asian.
insane.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you really go back and do that history of the what Asians like before everything it is that it is now, before their Europeans came or whatever, you can definitely see the original Asians. Like, oh my, everybody in this world is black.
And like it makes sense because everybody comes from Africa,
Yeah.
and you know like wherever you move to, like the skin colors like
Mm-hmm.
change.
Yep.
So
Think about Ethiopia. Okay, let me
yeah,
give you an
yeah.
example. I have a friend. They make one of them might come. He's from Ethiopia as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you look at him. Okay, or any Ethiopians, they look like from India, right? And it's because they're the they're the actual Indians. Like, you see what I'm saying, from India. So it's just like, and then everybody's heard you're like the Europeans. So it's just like it's amazing to see because I be looking at them like, oh my goodness, you literally look like you're from India. Like, but
Yeah,
you definitely know that you're African.
but yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Like the features, everything,
yeah. It's
and
like the skin color be like an Indian skin color, but they have like the African like
like,
face.
yes, it's just like it's so beautiful. Like, I just be like, oh my goodness, and I don't think people understand that they don't.
And you know that there's like, well, we know that there's Dominicans, but like even some of the Puerto Ricans, they have like African descent also. Like
Yeah,
they be mixed with black,
yeah,
and then like there's African people that speak Spanish in like Guatemala,
yeah.
like all
My
those
mom
Latin
went to
countries.
Guatemala. They went for a mission trip. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy. I'm learning Spanish too. Yeah, like
really,
I know a decent amount right now, but I'm just trying to get like very fluent in that.
really. It's so funny that you say that because growing up, before I moved into like Virginia, I had to go to different. I went to a school that taught different like languages.
Yeah.
So like I went. That's because my parents always wanted me to learn different languages, different instruments, all sorts of stuff. So I've learned Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, and so um, obviously English is my first language,
Wait, so
but
you can speak Mandarin too?
I used to.
You, because
Yeah,
you know I still speak Spanish.
just a little bit, just a tiny bit, because you get older, you're not,
Yeah, and if you
it's
don't
not your
use it,
first language. It's just like, I know, sure, I know what you're saying.
and then if you don't use it a lot, it's just gonna
Yeah,
fade.
it definitely is, because it's not your first language, but it's amazing because I actually want to learn sign. I've been trying to learn sign language. Um, I think it's very important that we learn that because I mean, it is easy to learn. Like, sign language is actually easy to learn, and I was learning it for a little while. I was doing it by myself, but I think it's so cool to just be like,
Wait, I want to test you real quick. ¿Tú hablas español?
do I speak do I speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poco or mucho?
Say that one time.
Poco or mucho? I say you speak a little or
Oh, a lot. Yeah, I don't.
but I just want you. Like, just a quick test,
You
bro.
should try to test me, but I just told you I
But
don't speak
not,
that
but not
much.
like I really be around it often. That's what really would make me be like I might as well just learn it.
Well, yeah, you definitely should, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know the mess no more, but it's just like I've learned when I was younger, because
Yeah.
it gets in your brain when you're a kid, you know. And then I moved here when I was 7 years old. So.
To be honest, that could also be why I like Latinos too, because like I've also been around that. I've been around that
Oh,
culture.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
And like I grew up like my mom used to have like Spanish boyfriends and stuff like that. But in the day, I actually
Oh.
wanted us to learn Spanish. Like me and my youngest
My
cousin.
mom still wants me to learn Spanish. I feel like I'd rather do sign.
But then so when you learned it before, was you like speaking fluent
Like
Spanish?
Spanish, Spanish.
Yeah.
Not like fluent, fluent, but it was a good amount. Like
But you
I
knew a good amount though.
understand. I could like understand what you're saying. I can like talk back, but it got harder. Like even when I was like in like high school, we were doing it. I did all the Spanish, so it was easier for me to understand what he was saying. Like I would be like, now I would talk back to him in English. So what did he's like no, and he always I don't know what's his name, Mr. Lacey.
I
What's his
think I might
name?
have had him too, to be honest.
He used to say no, chica in Spanish. I'm like, look, I know what you're saying. That's why I can speak to you in English, but I can't talk to you in Spanish.
Gotcha.
And so it was harder for me to speak in Spanish
Then to like comprehend
to
it.
know what he's saying. Like I have a full blown conversation. He'd be like, no, in Spanish. I really look at him like, leave me alone because I know what you just said, and I answered what you just said.
Yeah.
Like no,
But it's like a muscle. You gotta like train that dream stuff.
man, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean,
But you know, the Spanish dude told me, he said, bro, English is way harder than Spanish. He's like,
I've heard.
all y'all like complicated. Like, we're, and I looked it up. It says it is.
I heard.
But I ain't gonna lie, Spanish is okay annoying sometimes. Like, it's fun for me to learn, but it's like these rules is like
Yeah.
very, very different for me. I'll say
But
that.
but the thing is with all of that is that I'm learning something because I used to say like it's funny how we look at everybody else like, oh my goodness, they have all these different languages. They speak this. But when they look at us, and how we speak, what it sounds like to them because of how we speak. We put all of our words so combined together.
Yeah.
You see how we're sitting here and we're talking really fast, and you
Mhm.
can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We sound like something no fast.
To them, yeah.
Yeah, like
Nah, I didn't notice that at first because I always thought it was just the Spanish people. I was like, why they talk so
why
fast?
so fast?
But nah,
Yeah.
they think the same about this. Crazy.
I'm like, what do you say? But that's the same way. I'm like,
And
and
then
it made me look at our language as a language. Like,
same with
oh,
me. I was like, it's crazy. Like
we have a language.
we cut out a lot of letters too. Like when you
Yes,
speak your slang and stuff.
we do. You know, like especially like in Bonics, we as a community do. You know what I mean? So speaking the way that we speak, how we grew up, it's all culture. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna take that away. You know, like
Like if you over here learning like what's up and like you hear
yeah,
somebody
what's
say
up,
what's
bro?
up like
What's up? What's happening?
or what's happening you hear like you learn all this stuff and then now a dude told me that he said he was learning English like
Hmm.
the proper English and then he
Hmm.
started working and he started hearing people speak English. He's like, yo, what are they even saying?
Yo, that's awesome that you said that because like my ex, the one he's actually coming right, he's part of the group, right? So he's like I said, he's from Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the only English that he knows is the English, the Ebonics English. So when I speak to him sometimes, because I have both, you know, we speak in both. We speak in just when you're in a business environment, you speak a certain way. When you
Yeah.
home with family, culture wise, we speak a certain way. So when I talk to him sometimes, he was like, "What? What did you just say?" Because of the words that I use, because of my vocabulary. He's like, "I don't know what you're saying." And I'd be like, and I realized because he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, when I came here, I've only learned based on the community. So what everybody was speaking, I only picked up. He speaks perfect English, like how we speak.
Yeah.
But if he had to try to find words for like big words, the way I would speak out talking to different people, like my vocabulary. Like, what does that mean? You
Oh yeah,
know what I
gotcha.
mean? Like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, it means this. Be like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So like every here and there he would be like, yo, what does that mean?
Yeah, he'd be like, yo, what's
Like
up?
if you start getting just like real deep and intelligent conversations. Like you know
And he'll still respond. He'll be like, he'll ask you like, what do you?
yeah.
Not that he doesn't understand. Like he speaks, like you wouldn't know that he's from Africa. Like his accent is not like really, really, really deep anymore because he has gained like our culture. But I hear it a little bit. I think we all kind of hear just a tiny, like a tad bit, because he's in an African home anyway. So it's just like but he literally speaks like me and you.
When did he start learning?
When
What
he got
age?
here, I think he got here like when he was 15. He's 20. He's 24.
I, I, to be honest, I also feel like you can be like 20 and still get the accent. I feel like
Yeah, it's
maybe
a tad bit,
if
yeah.
you practice hard enough, maybe.
And it could be that. I think he did. I think he practiced how to talk.
Because I had a Spanish dude told me that like you can't get the accent if you're not born here, but you maybe can
You
though.
can. You definitely can.
Because it really is all just imitating. Like
Because he speaks both now. Like, so like if you were to talk to his family, he'll go speak in his language. I don't know what the heck they're talking about. But he'll talk to us, you know what he's saying. It's not like a thick. He doesn't have a thick
I've
accent.
heard people talk African. I'd be like, bro, his joint sounds so crazy.
Well, he speaks French.
Oh, French. Oh yeah, I've heard about that one too.
Yeah.
But when I hear African guys speak African, I done got a couple of Ubers and I heard of like
It's different
like,
languages.
bro,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy. Like
Everybody think that because people are in Africa they speak all the same languages. They don't. It's all different.
it's all different everywhere.
Because even with him, I was just like, well, what language you speak? Come to find out, it's French.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
It's insane.
I'm like, wow, he was trying to teach me French. Now, French? I will learn French. I don't know why I don't want to learn Spanish no more. It could be because I try to learn it and that mess is difficult, but
I know somebody else told me that too. They were trying to learn French.
Yeah, I think it's so cute. You know? I think it's like sexy.
Hey, you know like the Spanish that we learn in school? It's like rich people Spanish. Is it like crazy?
Are you serious?
Like, that's why it's like you learn Spanish in school and you go out in the street and talk to a Guatemalan or something, he's not gonna know it.
Because like the slang. Like we have it, how they talk, we talk on it. You know, oh, that's
it's crazy. And like once I figured it out, I was like, that's crazy. Like
I did not know that.
I picked it up just being around them and like I heard the accent and I just like imitated the accent.
Oh my goodness.
So
that makes sense.
So like when people hear me talk in Spanish, they be like, "Yo, you sound like a native almost." Even though I'm not like fluent, but I learned how to imitate it like very good.
Oh yeah, because they have like we have it. They have their ebonics.
Yeah,
that's cool. Well,
but I didn't really take Spanish in school seriously though.
Why did we come with that?
Because I was playing basketball and I wasn't doing anything in the class anyways.
Oh yeah, you play basketball, right?
I did, yeah.
So I could beat you for real.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
We got court. Don't.
You want to get like 10-0, 11-0.
Like I used to play basketball.
Yeah, that's cool. I used to play basketball too.
No, but you know.
Nah.
You're just a little tall. The only thing that I request from you is don't hit the ball when I'm trying to shoot. That's cheating. I can't do that. I'm short.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's cheating. It's a part of the game.
That's cheating. That's definitely cheating. It's definitely cheating. So you can't be cheating.
But like, you really gonna learn French though?
I tried to when I was with him, you know, but I think it's cute to learn.
Yeah.
Not something like not some. Now look it down. I think that that's not my dog. I don't know. She don't listen to me, but.
Well, you know, it never hurts. Like, I never thought I would even like want to learn Spanish for real. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm gonna lock in and really learn it.
Yeah.
And then if I end up like another language too, I'll learn that too.
Yeah, I definitely just want to learn sign
language.
Yeah,
which is good. That's really useful too, because like it's a lot of people that.
Imagine we all learn sign, right? Nobody's gonna know what we talk about.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I think that is so funny to me. Like, are you talking about me? Then that'd be so funny. But no, nobody talk about you. I just think it's cool.
Yeah, that joint nice though. So I ain't gonna lie. Well, I think you about to wrap this joint up real quick.
Yeah.
So it was nice having you there.
Thank you. So excited. Thank you for having me.